baby shark, baby shark, baby shark. Willow.
I have no idea why she would be doing that.
Hey!
Hey!
Calippo time!
It is Calippo time. It's 10:54.
I'm invested in watching some
Tuesday the 10th of June.
disgusting true crime.
But she is ticking like a clock.
Apple twist. Basically,
It's all
that's
Tourette'sy.
inappropriate.
There will be a bit of coprolalia, copraxia,
Guys,
and anything else in between.
This is really mean.
Can you just keep an eye on her for a moment? I'm getting her Calippo ice cream ready.
I'm blaming Balin's show for this because you're now exposing me.
We're watching Max, and Balin is on Max as well, which is interesting. Another Tourette's
Not
person.
the cat. She's not sitting on the cat.
Glad Max is dropping that one.
Ooh, that would be hurtful.
I have actually
Ouch.
given Dyan some medication,
The
some
cat
muscle
would be
relaxant.
dead.
And if you're new to the channel, welcome back to OK Aussie. I'm Matt.
The cat's
This is
not
Dyan.
dead. No one's sitting on the cat, Max.
Can you just keep an eye on her for a moment?
Max
I just
is
need to go to
an
the
app.
kitchen and get organised.
An app, man. It's an app. Anyway, $11.99 with ads. Are you? No. I don't know where you live. Okay, it's late at night. I've done a thing or two or three or four today. Busy day. It's only Tuesday. Please. Please. Hair lasts me for more days. Does anyone else do that? Hair just stay smelling. Oh gosh, it smells good. Stay smelling fresh for more days because I'm busy. Oh, these are the bomb.
They are. These are her nighttime
Drum 'em
treats. You're trying to mask your Tourette's at the moment by doing that, by the way. I know what you're doing. Okay, it doesn't work with me.
Don't tell them
Are you
my
trying to fold your
secrets.
arms so you can control yourself
Please
doing this?
don't tell them my secrets.
I know your secrets as well.
Okay.
Anyway,
Can you just chop
Calippo.
up my Calippo?
I'm going to give her two
Sir,
Calippo. These are the small
He's
ones.
so good to me. He cuts it up for me like a
I have to
toddler.
cut them up. Okay.
But Calippo
To make it easier.
Company,
What?
streets.
Streets,
I'm on the fucking streets. Anyway.
You're not on the streets. A little bit dramatic. These are the
We're
Calippo
all on
Mini.
the streets.
She wants
You
the
know
Calippo
why?
Maxi.
Everybody lives on a street.
That's very true too.
Fact. Okay? You can't argue that. You can try. You can try. Unless you're on the fucking ocean, you're
Well,
on a street.
Actually, some people
No.
do actually live all year round on a cruise ship. You know that, don't you?
Then that's what I just said. I just gave them
What?
This is.
What? Why are your arms folded still? Honey, it looks
Now,
like you're having an attack over there.
The uncontrollable itch of Tourette's is now in my legs.
Yes.
Listen to me.
Okay, we're listening. I hope you guys
I'm
are listening
so
to this as
exhausted.
well.
I've had medication, so it's going to kick in. So, sucked into you all. The show is going to be over soon. Where's my clip? Winston. Where's
Winston,
my Calippo?
we're coming with the Calippo.
Guys, seriously. Like, what was I saying? Streets. Right. We all live on a street unless you're on a ship or a boat and you're not on a street.
What if you live in a jungle? In a treehouse? There are
You
so many.
still come off of a street to get there.
Not if you live in a jungle. They're all
Not
cut
the
up.
jungle.
These are the
Oh
Calippos.
my god.
I've got a serviette for
But do
now.
you want to go in the jungle? You go for it. You go
Okay.
on the Amazon with that beautiful big
Yes.
anaconda that's
They have very big snakes
it
in
was
Amazon.
quarter of the size of the river.
Yeah. Okay, that's a big one.
It was on TikTok.
It was. This
Now
is.
I don't know, it could have been AI. Don't trust
Anaconda.
anyone anymore.
As just like the movie Anaconda.
Oh, I don't trust anyone.
That was probably AI too,
I
honey.
don't trust the person at Coles. I don't trust anyone online.
Okay.
I don't trust you.
Oh my goodness
I don't
me.
trust you.
Oh my goodness me.
I don't trust anyone.
Interesting. It's okay. Okay.
Frustrated right now.
What is Tourette's, you might
Where did
ask?
this come from? Where did this come from? Overexerting myself.
Yeah. Dyan does have a
Well
genetic
done,
chromosomal
me.
condition, 22
All
kid,
of everything I
11.2
did on
deletion
the
syndrome.
weekend, I undid
It's a
in Monday,
microdeletion
Tuesday,
on the
boom.
long arm of the 22nd chromosome. She's
Waste of
missing 30
time.
to 50 genes.
I
It
might as well
means
not
3 million
rest.
DNA building blocks
I
are
might
gone.
as well just keep I'll just
And
sleep when I die.
since the genes are in every cell, she's affected by about 180,
I'll
185
rest
chemical
when I
symptoms.
die.
Tourette's is one of those
You know what?
neurological conditions that she has.
I've never driven a proper motorbike. Maybe I should.
Okay. You know your license, you haven't driven a car in over 10 years.
Shit, I forgot about
You
that.
need a license to be able to drive a proper motorbike, like a honk.
Well, that's not really fair,
Harley.
is it? That's not
You
fair.
can be a bikey chick.
Okay, but hang on.
Hang on. We're hanging on. What?
Yeah, it does, doesn't it?
Yeah.
A license is a license. If they take away the car one, they'll take away if I got. They wouldn't even give me a motorbike.
Honey, you can't even fly a plane without a license. What are you
That's
doing?
so satisfying. I'm so sorry.
Okay. Now, what is Tourette's? You might ask. What is
A
Tourette's?
bucket load of shit.
It is not much fun, is it? Is it controllable?
Well, yeah, I can try, and it can end up like that.
Okay. So
Um,
it's an uncontrollable urges that affect two
No,
domains,
to a degree, but like
motor
I
and
don't know how to
vocal.
explain it. Okay, can you hold in a sneeze sometimes? Yes, you can. Do you need to sneeze sometimes? Yes, you do.
Do you feel the eruption of a sneeze coming on?
Yes, it builds.
And it builds up.
It builds, and it builds and makes
And
it noticeable when you're in public.
If
It's
I
like,
hold this,
then I get very irritated. What are you doing, psychopath?
can't hold it in. It will transgress and
Ah!
you can't do that.
Don't talk about the wall.
Okay.
Do not
This
talk
is
about
not
the wall.
faulty towers,
We
honey.
have guests, and they are from Germany. We must not talk
She's
about
actually
the
a
wall.
fan of faulty towers.
I love faulty towers.
Anything else? Should
Love
we do
it.
some other renditions?
And you know what?
Vicar
What
Dibley,
does the
perhaps?
wives do? I would jump aside if I had the energy. All right, I'm the wife. Yes, dear.
Yes.
That's what she said.
Okay.
A bit like my beautiful angel here. She says that, her partner bought her a bun. That's, yes, dear.
Right.
Sure, dear.
Okay.
3 bloody, what do you call it?
Bags full, dear.
Bags full, dear.
Okay.
I don't know. Well, I don't know all the sayings.
Tourette's
but it's
by
basically
definition
yes, dear,
is
in many different formats.
4
Sounds good.
different motor tics, 2 different vocal tics over a course of more than 6 months.
It's helping with this
It's
because I'm
probably-
telling you, I need to get this energy
It's
out
helping
of me
the
because I
ice
might
process,
say and
is
do
it?
some very inappropriate things.
The coprolalia component really is only seen in between 5, maybe up to 10% of those who've got Tourette's.
Fiji.
Okay. Tourette's itself is not
We go to
really
Fiji.
a
No,
rare condition. It's seen
Maldives.
in about 1 in 150, 200.
Let's just go to the
people.
Maldives.
Mm-hmm.
La-di-da. Oh, dear me.
Okay, has the medications kicked in yet, honey?
No.
No. Do they need to?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's bedtime.
It is bedtime. It is
I-
literally bedtime. Google has
Oh,
told you it's
shit.
bedtime.
I'm late.
You're meant to be asleep, young
I'm
lady.
meant to be asleep. Guys,
We have a very strict
I
sleep hygiene routine.
was so on point today.
You were.
With everything. I thought I'm
You're
gonna go
doing
to
really
bed
well
on
today.
time.
You've done
Everything's
so
gonna-
well. Great video content with some really good videos that she's done. So do
You're welcome.
subscribe and hit the
You're
notification
welcome.
bell.
It kills
And
me.
you'll see that content
welcome.
coming up soon.
Joking.
Okay.
I'm joking.
Poor Winston getting kicked around. The Max is asleep. Willow's over
Now,
there.
Winston,
Willow's over there. He's asleep in
Winston.
his tower.
okay. You will get yours. He's being picky about the footstools.
Oh, is he?
The buffets.
The buffets.
You will get yours back when we've done the project.
Okay, well, we've got some project work to do
We've
tomorrow.
got
So it's
2 projects, but one's
on the cards.
One's essential, one's not essential.
Yeah. Do you remember what your main sort of tics are? They come with your Tourette's?
As a kid?
No, anytime. Because they can transgress. They can obviously change. They can adjust. You can modify.
As a
You can
kid,
get
it
new
was
ones.
sound effects.
Right. So the
Sounds.
echolalia component that comes in with that.
Yeah, but echolalia is sounds of things like motorbikes, brum brum cars. I don't
Okay.
know. Like it was just sounds of animals.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sometimes just sounds,
Sounds.
because
The sounds of silence would be
being a
nice.
non-verbal child. Like,
Yeah. Dyan was selective mute up until
Yes.
about.
It doesn't
11
mean
years
you
of
don't
age.
make noise. Ask my mother.
No, she can still make noise. Trust me.
Okay.
And she's basically making up for that quiet period of her life.
Communicate in your own way.
And she can't stop
You
now.
know what I used to do?
Mm.
If she didn't, like, if I used to just go, this is like 9 and 10 years of age.
Right.
To pick me up. Because I was so tiny. And so...
9 and 10 years of age.
Probably 10, actually.
Okay, right.
Basically...
Well, that's at small, and look, Diane's small in stature because of her failure to thrive.
9
like the number, and 9 like the German.
German, 9.
9.
Okay, so
She sprechen Sie Deutsch.
Look, I'm 11% German. I'm allowed to speak like that.
Hello, Jessica, one of our lovely subscribers in Germany, by the way.
Hi. That's how I used to wave. Until they taught me to do this.
Right. The royal wave?
Oh, I don't know.
Or the wave of the finger?
I was taught how to do... Anyway.
Yes.
Oh, this is exhausting.
It is exhausting. It's exhausting for me. I can't wait for the medication to keep. I've given her a muscle relaxer, which is a clonazepam 2 milligrams.
I think I've just torn something here.
I'm not surprised.
I am exhausted. But basically...
And we are concerned... Hold on, before I'm on the note too, with some of the tics, you can become not only exhausted, but you can obviously... with her subluxations, Dyan is hypermobile with Ehlers-Danlos, EDS. And because of that, she can easily sublux or dislocate joints as she goes along as well. Are you heating up, honey?
Don't need that.
Okay, no worries. I'll take that up.
Guys, so what was I actually saying? So as a kid,
yes,
that's what I did was sound effects basically of sounds, and then it was maybe animals or because I communicated with animals before humans.
Dr. Doolittle over here.
Animals make sense, okay? All right. If they bite you, it's like, well, duh, of course that kind of animal's going to bite me. Humans, you don't know what you're going to get. So
no, that's true too.
I'm sorry, I gave up on humans as an autistic kid and went, I'll stick to you animals because you're predictable.
What was interesting also...
I know animal body language better than I know human body language.
Yeah, you do actually. You're heating up. Diane does get a lot of fevers, and that's part of her condition as well. They can also go into febrile seizures, and remembering Tourette's can be seen as a pre-ictal stage going into neurology of having seizures. Conveniently, she has some ice, which she's ingesting, but also now applying to her face. Febrile seizures, Diane has been at 38 degrees and above today, 38 degrees Celsius. When you're 37.5 and above, that's when you're starting to get into the too hot range, and we have had some Panadol Osteo today.
Too hot.
Too hot, honey?
I'm too hot.
Okay, wouldn't go that far.
Ooh la la.
Did you notice in Balin, and you only just started watching, because you've only just downloaded and put
she's
Max's
very
streaming
severe.
service on.
I'm not like her.
No, it's a dynamic condition
I
too.
don't have
Different days, different
very
times.
severe.
Luckily, you have severe episodes or moments.
I have Tourette's attacks.
Yeah.
I have Tourette's many moments that will last hours.
Yeah.
Or could last an hour.
Or 5 or 6 hours.
Medications I have normally get rid of mine completely.
Correct.
I'm lucky.
Or,
people like her are quite severe.
But your Tourette's can also transgress. And like I said, pre-ictal, we can
It's
see these as part of the neurological side of things. Just as much as having a migraine can be.
The EEG lady was talking to me about
your
my
neurophysiologist, yes. Physiologist.
Physiologist.
Yeah.
Nailed it.
Good on you. Post-ictal aphasia, which is with the word finding, stuttering, slurring. Okay, we've got a few more coming on. Normally they're in sets of 3s, and there are some...
One was for good luck.
Okay, well, 1 plus. Okay. A lot of patterns, and that might tie into the OCD components that Dyan also has, obsessive compulsive disorder.
Sometimes I need good luck.
Yeah, but you do a lot of things in 3s. You used to not walk on cracks, didn't you?
I still don't like it.
I know. Lava.
Every time I get wheeled over in my wheelchair, a crack.
Yeah.
I hold my breath.
Today.
I can do it.
Today,
but I hold my
we
breath.
were driving back from IKEA, and on the freeway, we were going under a...
Oh, Bridget, I'm like, get off.
Honey, I can't just move the traffic and say...
Peak hour. We're under a bridge in the middle of the city.
Okay.
And I'm like...
There are overpasses.
No, move forward.
There are bridges. There's
move
flyovers.
Forward. I don't care if it's half a fucking metre. Move forward.
Okay, we did successfully
move cars.
Forward.
Wait. You know what?
Yeah.
We had that happen and it fell on a train. Remember?
That was in Tasmania, wasn't
Black
it?
Wednesday.
Wasn't that Tasmania? The Black Wednesday?
No, it was Sydney, wasn't it?
No, I thought it was Tasmania. Remind me in the comments. I thought Tasmania was
It
the
was
one
a
that had the
bridge
bridge that
that fell
collapsed
on
on
a
the train.
train.
Was it Sydney or was it Tasmania?
Sydney.
Those who are in Australia, please remind me.
It wasn't
my history
Tassie,
of the
it
route.
was Sydney.
Well, Tasmania had some other sort of
Sydney.
some other dramas around that. You still did the copulata around Sydney from the Olympics. When the Olympics was in Sydney in Australia in 2000, it was, and the winner is Sydney from the International Olympics Committee.
Hello. Sydney.
Yes, you can say the word, but every time you say it, you always say it as
I'm
Sydney.
Australian. Okay, I've got one time of family that aren't Australian born, but I'm Australian
Bad luck to them.
made and born.
It's written on the sides of your shoes, made in
Okay,
Australia.
at Raffles Hotel probably.
That's actually just across the bridge, you know that, in Canning Highway, yes.
I know, that was the hangout when my parents
In
were
the
young.
era, yes.
But basically,
Yes.
what were we talking
I
about?
have no idea. Apart from Raffles
Am
Hotel.
I showing a little bit?
No, you're not. You're
I'm
all
not
good.
completely. Anyway.
You're trying to stay cool. What I was mentioning was Balin, and we're watching on Max. One of the things I also noted I didn't understand with Balin, that she also has dystonia, like you do as well.
What is with that?
Now that is
man?
interesting. Now she calls hers, and I've only seen one episode so far, so I'm
But
still
she
waiting
goes
to
to
go
the
through.
Mayo Clinic, which is where everyone keeps telling me I need to go.
John
including my
Hopkins or
doctor.
Mayo Clinic in America.
Trying.
We are trying. Because Dyan does have a very multiple rare conditions, unfortunately. 22q11.2 deletion syndrome being
My
predominant to
neurologist
that.
went, dystonia.
I have
I
no
don't know
idea.
what to do.
That's not very helpful, mister neurologist.
Bloody stupid idiot.
But I'm not surprised because unfortunately not all neurologists know all conditions. In fact, only 25% of them even understand seizures. You need to be an
Off you go
epileptologist
to
to
school
understand that part of
To
things.
learn nothing.
That's another story. Now, the dystonia side of things, Balin called it dystonic tics, which I've never heard it called that way, so I've only heard it as dystonia because you have multiple different types of dystonia.
What's
It is a
tics?
well, again,
Because I've got dystonia.
she's got a
Is it two
she had
different
a she was at the bowling alley and she had a contraction in her foot, which is actually focalized dystonia, peripherally in the lower leg. That's what it's actually called, focalized dystonia. Some people mix up the language and the naming conventions. What are you doing now, Running Man?
Cool running.
Cool, but sometimes that can be
Cool
a
runnings.
generalized dystonia when you're doing the running legs as opposed to a motor tic. So we'll see how this all
Can I go
progresses.
snowboarding?
Okay, sure. Why did you think of that?
Cool runnings. I go down that cool thing.
That's ice, the luge.
I don't want to do that.
You don't want to do the cold one.
That's dangerous. I want to go on sand.
Oh, and sand's not dangerous at high speed?
They
Going downhill?
sell them at Kmart.
What, sandboards?
Or was it Big W? Oh, yes.
I thought they're wakeboards,
I've
aren't
seen
they?
to find sand.
But not for sand, are they? Aren't they the wakeboards for the beach?
No.
No? Okay.
What?
What?
No, they were like toboggan boards with rope and things.
Oh,
and
toboggans.
handles.
Okay. So
Yeah.
to go down sand dunes. Okay, that's fine. So you're
I've-
not talking
I've
about...
seen sand dunes.
I thought you were talking about like snowboarding, the actual boards that you put
Where
your
is
feet in.
snow in WA? Oh, actually,
The
Prongrupps.
Parongraps, yeah.
But it's like
In
little
Albany
bits,
occasionally,
like,
yeah.
You don't get to go.
No, it's not like Whistler or
No.
any of those sort of areas.
No.
No, exactly.
It's bloody cold though.
It is cold.
Oh my goodness!
like your
You
ice
should
is.
try living in a tent down there. A tent down there. Hang on.
Off grid,
Off grid in
Yep.
a shed made into a home.
in the
Very
Parongraps.
warm when the oven heater is on, as in
The fire.
tile fire. It's not a tile fire. It's an oven,
Right.
but it keeps the house warm.
Yes.
And it cooks
Radiated
food.
energy. It is.
Fucking hell.
Fantastic. Are you having problems with your wedding today?
And then you go outside and you
Right.
have to light up the fire, light it up, and you have to light it up.
That's a
put
common
kindling
of
in
Dyan's
it.
tick is the...
And then I
Continue.
want to be first because I'm not going to be like with the boy germs in there.
in the
is
water
what I
because we're
decided.
sharing the water of the bath water.
So
yes.
it's like bath time. I'm first
Okay.
because then only.
Well, the responsibility of going first means you have to, unfortunately, light the fire. Be careful of your shoulder, your
I've already
joint.
heard it like an hour ago when the
Right.
ticking started.
One of Dyan's
I'm
major
doomed.
desiccations and
This is gonna
an
be sore
anterior
tomorrow.
desiccation of a
Okay,
glandular
look at it
joint
already.
caused her
It's
to actually get
higher
a
than that
Gilman
one.
sac injury, a break of the
Yeah,
encapsulating
they
ball and
broke it,
socket.
putting it back
These parts
in.
are broken off, which means
Idiots.
this pops out
Idiot.
very easy. It doesn't have the normal capsulation
Why
around
can't you just
that.
get a Oh, what are those people that put joints back in? Chiropractors.
They don't have those in the hospital, honey.
You need to get
They don't
one.
believe in that science.
Dickheads.
I know. Go figure. Enjoy your eyes. So anyway, Balin, she's obviously got dystonia. She's obviously got the Tourette side of things. She has the copulator, one of the rare components of that.
No.
I'll be interested to
The
see what else
rains
that
have
Balin
gone.
has got similar. Now,
Right
there are a
on.
lot of commonalities. The rain, it was raining today. There was thunderstorms even earlier.
Just cloudy
Just
now.
cloudy. I
12
wonder
degrees
if Balin
Celsius.
also has seizures. Do we know?
I don't think so, but I don't know.
We don't know.
I
Like I
don't
said,
know
there's a lot of
Baden very
commonalities.
well at all, except
No.
for just starting.
Because she's an
this
American, yeah.
thing. I
we're in
briefly
Australia.
saw her on TikTok, maybe 2 TikToks, and then
Yeah.
I heard about the
Show on Max.
show, and then I couldn't access it, and then I accessed it,
Hmm.
and I'm like, oh dear, like I'm connecting with her on a level of, look, once again, I'm just going to say, I am nothing like what she has to deal with on a daily
On a
basis.
daily
I
and
have
through the
many
day
days
basis.
without this. So,
And
I
we
have mild
enjoy
this when
the
it does
days
go around.
when there's nothing.
This is my severe. However, when my sleep study was done,
Yeah, you went off the charts, honey.
hours of severe to the
Yeah.
point where he had to.
Bandage and protect the hands. And like I said, it's very easy to get contusions, bruising,
He
avulsions,
had to
tears,
like bandage
dislocations,
my hands as I was
subluxations.
smashing my head.
It is.
I was jerking around. I
hurtful.
ended up with physical injuries,
Yeah.
guys. It's no joke. This,
No. Exactly. Which is
Tourette
where the
thing.
muscle relaxants
but I
come
don't
in.
go out because being so sick anyway. I have that option.
Thank you, Danny.
Do that then because I just didn't let it get it out without hurting you.
That's okay. It's good to be able to release
Then-
it. Yes.
What that means is I don't have to have that embarrassment, but
Yeah.
she's young.
Yeah.
I got this late.
Well, we saw
Even though
her
as a
in
kid
that,
I had it mild.
We had a,
I hide it in comedy.
You do. But you also avoid, and the reality is we make adjustments to not taking Dyan out when there's high risk or this activity is going on. We don't want to embarrass her. And it's hard enough for her to be able to manage even social interactions, awkwardness as an autistic. And there is a lot of commonalities with Tourette's of those who are neurodiverse. You'll see traits maybe of ADHD or particularly autism coming through in quite a lot of that
It's one of
population
the
as
very, like, I'm more embarrassed of my Tourette's than I am of my seizures.
well. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think for
Because
you,
people don't
particularly the
believe in
copulator side of
Tourette's,
things.
but what they don't understand is years ago, Tourette's wasn't called Tourette's. It comes with
the tic disorders.
intellectual
IDD, intellectual,
IDD and
intellectual
global
developmental
delays,
delays,
and
GDD,
it comes
yeah.
with a lot of us that have a lot of problems, and
Yeah.
so it used to just get accepted and people would make fun of it and ignore it. Yes, but now that it's named, and sadly, if that's a good thing, which means we can look at research, we can
absolutely.
look at
And it's
like
genetic.
remedies, we
So
can look
there
at.
is the genetic pathways for that condition.
Yeah, like I've had quite an intense tablet, guys. Quite an intense tablet it is
Yeah.
to calm my nervous system,
And it ain't
automatic
even
nervous
touching
system
the
down.
sides at the moment.
And it's slowed me down a lot because you should have seen me before the cameras on. And at the beginning, you did see it, but the tablet's kicking in.
Yeah.
But it's a strong one.
Exactly.
It's not a
Basically, your
basic
medication
one.
at 11:17 done should be asleep by 10:30 tonight already, based
And
on a
I'm
normal
wide
night
awake. So
routine of
Tourette's
medications.
is just a bundle of neurological crap. That
Electrical
sucks.
discharges, particularly.
But I am more embarrassed and will stay home
Yeah.
and take like more risk going out knowing I might have a seizure
compared to the Tourette
and think,
side.
oh, well, if
yeah.
I have a seizure in public, who gives a shit
Because you
anymore?
don't like attracting the attention that it causes.
But I do avoid
yeah.
that too. But I more so avoid the Tourette's because I might say something. And today I was doing it. Guys, today it started today.
Yeah.
At IKEA, I was yelling profanity, phrases and everything.
It's okay. It's perfectly okay. It's not in your control and not in your choice, and you don't mean to
And
do
it's
it.
not me.
And
And
this
it's
is why we do our
like,
channel too, is for education and awareness purposes, not just for 22q and rare
Like,
diseases,
I
but
really
Tourette's,
just
seizures,
lost
all these
control
conditions.
of suppressing my
Yeah.
Tourette's, and I was just like, and then there was another trigger with my autism of the social injustice, and I was just going down this pathway, and it was just coming out and coming out.
And
usually you think it, and you've got control of it.
Yeah.
But when you have neurological problems like Tourette's, and it's happening, and you're having an episode on that particular day, then, and here I am trying to enjoy my day, which I was.
Which was a positive, lovely experience for you, particularly because you've been stuck in bed, resting up, pacing for so long. And we took that risk to take you out.
And basically, I'm okay. I'm okay.
That's just Willow over there
He's
going,
just
what's
worried
happening?
for
Are you okay, Mummy? Yeah.
Can you just pull the doona back?
Yep, I can.
That's too
You're
warm
overwarming,
for
sweetie.
me,
Yeah.
And I'll have to shoot. But basically, guys, like, it was very embarrassing for me, and there's nothing I could do about it. And I don't really care because they're strangers, but
You're not going to see them
and
ever
I'm
again.
not going to explain myself and what my condition is or
Don't need
anything.
to.
But I do want to thank people like Balin for putting herself out there for people like me, even though the poor girl suffers so much worse than me in that department. I mean, I have my own struggles that are bad in other ways, but as a young girl who hasn't even started her life yet, I feel so
she's
much
only 18
empathy.
or something, 20 or something, isn't she?
21, I think.
20? Okay. Yeah, I'm not 100% sure.
I think she's 21, and I feel so much empathy for her. And today, like, it's just funny because we started watching her last night, and today, because of, like, the sleep disturbances I've had, but even though I've slept well last night, but neurologically I've been struggling lately.
Correct. And
guys, I've been doing a lot of projects behind the scenes, but that includes also you guys making videos as well, which that's not to say
it's a bad thing.
To make you feel bad. This is what I love to do, making videos. But just the exhaustion and exerting myself is either going to be a seizure or Tourette's or something.
Correct, and that's what we're
And obviously
for.
today it was Tourette's. And it was awful because the vocalizing of the things was just, I couldn't stop it.
Okay.
And you knew you couldn't stop it, so you're having to just be ready to protect me.
Correct.
And there's nothing you can do, and there's nothing I can do. And you can't always just leave.
No.
You can't always just walk away from the situation and what you're doing.
And you are observant as, look, as an informal carer, as a partner, as a loved one, and also with the responsibility of guardianship that we've done. And this is the thing with 22Q,
I've got a police card for autism to protect me. But they actually need one for Tourette's.
Absolutely. I don't disagree with you.
Also neurological conditions.
Correct. And we've got Tourette's listed on the card as well.
It's listed, like they scan this.
It's a QR code, quick response code.
And they'll see my Tourette's listed. So I guess, but if they're not educated on Tourette's.
Which most of them still aren't. And look, even most of them still not educated on autism
and guys,
or other
Tourette's
types of neurodevelopmental conditions. Let's be realistic.
And Tourette's has always been around. It just didn't have
absolutely.
name.
Exactly. It's
they
genetic.
Used
it's been around.
Combine it with autistics, and they used to combine it with IDD. They used to combine it with global developmental delays. They used to combine it with things. And
yep, absolutely. So the card is the national identification card for autistics
for Australia,
and those with TBI,
so
traumatic brain injuries and things like that as well.
But look at your country.
We also have the lanyard for invisible illnesses and conditions. Dyan also has a very specific card for autism specific, which we've always used out and about, and particularly in hospitals and other clinic environments.
The
It's been very
Daisy
helpful.
one's getting abused because, no offence, you should get one if you've got a chronic invisible illness or just invisible illness, but unfortunately people are taking them and abusing them to get the benefits of it. So it's a bit of a shame, and I think we do need to have
the lanyards are an unmoderated system, and it's interesting you say that. You can get the actual lanyards from the centre kiosks of Westfield shopping centres across Australia. In those kiosks, and they're provided. But again, there is no process, unlike an ACROD car parking bay for disability, where you have to get very thorough stringent conditions and processes, doctors and supporting letters, and requalify, and that has to be done every 2 years.
Yeah, you never get
Access
a
to
lifetime
things like
one.
the invisible lanyard. No, the new autistic clearance card though, that has very, very stringent medical conditions. I've had to upload
That's
all your
helpful.
genetic reports
But
and
that's gonna be
documentation,
helpful, I
medical
think.
information. So that process. So they've obviously thought, because Australia's going through this thing this year, really trying to develop outlines and guidelines to assist autistics, particularly whether it's in the workforce, in the community, social, but also in education and in medical healthcare. So there are some changes, but just like you said with Tourette's, there still needs to be more education and awareness and systems and solutions to help identify those participants, those people with disabilities in that phase, and to help them out, obviously.
I'm done.
I think you're done.
Hang on.
Yeah. What? Right. Are you now done?
That's the best thing ever.
Good. I'll put that up there for a moment and take that away.
I needed a distraction. I needed, like, I've got like high fevers.
Yeah.
We don't know where it's coming from.
Well, let me see. Multiple viral infection. I mean multiple known viral infections. Medical neglect across multiple domains at the moment. Don't even ask me what I'm doing with the WA Health Department, the WA Health Minister, the hospitals,
because
and other
apparently I
pathways.
should just go drop dead.
Okay, we're not going to let you do that for the moment.
No.
No, thank you. But today's been a bit of a challenge, and we saw the build up to
chicken wings.
Okay, we saw the build up to the Tourette's. Like I said, while you're at IKEA,
Soy sauce.
we were talking about also the protection elements,
Soy sauce
and
chicken
myself as Dyan's obviously partner, carer, and guardian, it increases the level of observancy because it's very easy to get a lot more attention, a lot more negative looks, stares, people making comments, people making judgments
with my Tourette's.
With your Tourette's, because it's more visible, more vocalization,
of course,
around it all.
Oppositional defiance. It's just sort of probably behaviour, I guess it looks
Well,
like.
it could be obviously let's put it as more as antisocial behaviour. People who might be out there to do attention or whatever else, and you're not, and you're just trying to obviously shop and go through and do your experience. Throw that in with a mixture of autism and OCD, where you have to do certain behaviours. You need to touch items, you've got to hold the texture, you might have to smell. The indecisiveness of autism, where you go back, forward,
yeah,
and one more time,
I've
back,
got
forward.
OCD, which was interesting because
It's challenging.
Balin has OCD,
God,
and I was like,
OCD, Tourette's,
and I was like,
dystonia.
oh my god,
seeing
like,
any
so
patterns?
she's the same as me. So I go to shops, guys, and I do so much weird behaviour.
Tell me if she has seizures as well. I'll be very interested because again, there's so many commonalities of threads.
There's so much weird behaviour that I do in a shopping centre with items that I end up with shopping centre security following me around.
Yeah.
And then it just sets off the Tourette's for me to be like, I'm not stealing.
No.
And things like that I shout out.
Which was
and
actually set off today in IKEA because it's totally innocent behaviour, but look, there's multi-factors to that. One, you're a person who's in a wheelchair. People who've got wheelchairs and mothers with prams are actually attracted to shopkeepers and shop security because these are convenient locations to tuck things in. They also make some stereotype assumptions that a lot of those people are lower socioeconomic, so they're more likelihood to steal. I know, assumptive behaviour, but I know.
Acting like,
but there was a lot of security behaviours at IKEA, which was uncomfortable and awkward because, like I said, Dyan's indecisive. It's like she has to literally touch, feel, try things out. I love your clicking one. I do like that one actually. That's a cute one.
I did that the other day. That one.
I know. There's certain patterns that I look for you.
That's the one I did as a kid a lot.
It's the sudden clap one that gets me. It's like I'm obviously always on alert
when I was concentrating.
Yeah.
And usually to a song.
Yeah.
So much trouble. Outside! And I'll be on the bench again.
Don't even need to say your name. Who missed me?
Because
it's this one. Yeah. The ADHD kid. Okay.
Like, burp then.
Yeah.
Burp. But basically, I'd go sit on the bench, and because I couldn't touch the floor,
because of your short
ground,
stature of legs,
I
the legs are swinging.
Swing, 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 swing.
Yeah.
And they'd even come out.
It's very stimmy.
And they'd even do this. Like, few more minutes. Stop swinging your legs. And I'm thinking, goodness sakes.
They're like the police, the
Let me
Nazis.
live a little. Free range chicken here.
You got to conform, honey. Okay, the copraxia you can put away. Apart from coprolalia, which is the inappropriate vocalizations of the obscene gestures, copraxia
I used
is
to
the
do
obscene
that to my brother
gestures.
and my mum.
Okay.
Get in trouble all the time for doing it. I used to hate my brother.
Because he
Not
stimulates
in a literal
you.
sense, but in a sense of like, I hated the fact that I knew he had control.
And he'll get
and
away
I
with
knew
it.
there was something wrong with me.
And he'll trigger
and
you purposely.
he knew how to trigger my Tourette's. Not his fault, he's a kid.
Yeah.
But he knew how to trigger
Your
my
vulnerability
Tourette's.
was open and raw.
We
He
brother
took
and
advantage.
sisters, when the battle is like, it becomes physical and all. And I always used to win too. Don't you even say that
This
I can
little
hold
thing.
my own.
Oh, yeah.
I
It's a
can
tough
hold
cookie.
my own. I told my doctor the other, I have a brother.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm no weakling. He laughed, but I don't care. I'm making a statement. I have
Yeah.
a brother. I'm tough.
Yes,
I
you've
can
been
handle my
conditioned.
own.
Right.
Don't you even?
Yeah.
Okay? I might look and act like a princess, but I'm strong. So basically,
Okay, Princess Norris.
like, he just had this.
Mighty Mouse
I
over
used to
here.
think he had this superpower. I'm like, how do you never say the word damn? Because the worst thing we could say in our house was damn.
Yeah.
So I was like, damn.
Yeah.
And then it's like, get you.
You could have incorporated it. I want to go to the dam for a swim. You could have incorporated it in and tried to get away with
but
it,
autistic, limited
Yeah.
speech.
Yeah. Wouldn't work, would it?
No.
No.
I used to copy my
I tried to
brother
help you.
with everything. So
Yeah.
everything I learned, sorry, but that's
Yeah.
the truth too. Because I'm autistic, I'm going to use that card.
Mhm.
I learned all the swear words from my brother.
Mm. Good excuse.
But anyway, like I used to get sent to my room as well, and
Well, all the boys in your family, you've been around a lot of cousins.
but it was very
male
difficult to deal with it
and
because
all
even
those
when I went to
uncles.
my room,
Mhm.
I was still Touretting.
Yeah.
if that
It doesn't just stop
makes sense.
magically.
So I'm banging back of my head against the wall,
Yeah. Not fun.
almost like I'm trying to reboot it.
Yeah. Well, your
Doesn't
your
work.
engine
Don't
check
do
light
it.
is not working.
Don't do it. Doesn't work.
As I said to Pam on her
Mamma
channel
mia.
at 3D Print Mania,
Here we go again.
turn it off and turn it back on again. Sometimes we try that for you. Doesn't work.
Well, I banged my head against the back of my head against the
Yeah.
wall. It does not
Doesn't
reboot the
work.
brain.
No rebooting going on here.
No.
Well, we're going to watch a bit more on Max of Balin. Hopefully that won't also set off some tics later into the night as we start to get you asleep.
Yeah,
Are
I
you
think we need
feeling
to
the
get off
urge
to this
settling down?
stuff.
Are you feeling it
This-
relaxed?
we've been watching some dark stuff. I'm
Yeah.
done with it now.
Good.
I think
You'd have the time and place.
I can only deal with the dark stuff in little
True
doses.
crime. This is your psychology, though. You love the
It's
criminal
my forensic
psychology and
psychology
forensic
as well.
psychology, I
But
know.
I can only deal with so much because I am a empath and I
Yeah,
just
And
don't.
a sponge and absorbs.
I like the light
Mhm.
and I want to support Balin. I think that she's amazing and I honour her contributions to the community of
Yeah.
Tourette's. That you're doing an amazing thing and I
I
only
would
wish good things for her.
like to say well done to Balin, but also well done to anybody who has got a disability, who is actually
Yeah.
putting themselves out, whether it's on
Tourette's or
TikTok
anything
or
else.
Instagram or Facebook or YouTube like Dyan is. It is, one, you're putting your privacy right to the side, okay? You're opening up the
comfort of
rawness
others,
and
and I'm
sharing
proud of that.
authentically what
So
goes on in their
I
life.
might get picked on and called out
Yeah.
for being, you don't have Tourette's and blah, 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 blah. I don't care. I'm
She's had
here
it
for
since a
you
young
guys
child, so.
that basically
Yeah.
know about what it's like to be told, you don't have this and you don't have that. Guys, I know that feeling.
Mhm.
We all get it, actually. Anyone with rare gets it. Okay. Anybody with a rare gets it.
Yeah.
And one day, just like my 22Q, they will have genetics for that as well. Where
correct.
they'll be able
Clearly
to go,
defined.
Tourette's, right, we've got a thing for that. We're going to do a blood test and they'll be able to tell you.
Correct.
The science is becoming smart.
Well, there are 7,000, more
Very
than
smart.
7,000 rare genetic diseases and conditions. In
Mm-hmm.
Australia, that affects over 2 million Australians. And remember, only 5% of that cohort actually has any curable treatment actively at the moment. That's 95% that don't have
That-
any support
that's
and
a
treatment and
lot.
management. At the moment, 50% of those
So
2 million will not get a diagnosis.
Yeah.
And that means they'll get no help, no guidance, no support, no access to things like the NDS or other things like that. It is actually suffering. And we're hoping in the next 10 to 20 years, we'll see that increase from 50% to maybe 75%. What are you doing?
I don't know. But
Seriously. I can't take you seriously
no,
sometimes.
basically,
Yeah.
please, if you're a charitable person, and I know I choose my charitable ways very, very
Selectively.
cautiously, and normally I actually do it directly to a person
Yeah.
and bypass any
Organisation
third party.
that takes 95% of all the profits out
But
of things.
basically, if you want to donate, please donate to Rare.
Yeah.
Anything Rare, even if it's like Rare Society in general,
Yeah.
or it could be a specific rare syndrome or disease.
Yeah.
Please.
Don't send us money. No, that's not what we're
Yeah,
asking
that's
for.
not
We're not
what-
looking
no,
for.
not for us.
No, don't want that.
But like, there's charities out there
actual
that
charities
either
that it says.
help families or individuals with Rare,
Particularly funding for research
or
will
either
benefit.
research.
Yeah.
Please donate to Rare.
Yeah.
Do fun runs when you do. They say run for a reason
Yeah,
or whatever.
exactly.
Do
Great
it for
idea.
Rare.
Yeah.
Please.
If you understand the mathematics and the logic, if there's only a few people
Because
in the
everybody-
country that have that
No,
rare
but they're all
condition,
getting that,
they're not getting the
okay?
research and the attention.
Autism is getting the research money,
Mm.
okay? And I'm not saying that it's
It
as
needs
good as
it,
it could be. It
but it
needs
needs
it,
to
and
improve.
it needs more. And everyone else is, but Rare's not, guys.
Yeah.
Rare's not. And Rare might not be that rare.
No, exactly.
If we actually do the
add
research.
it all together.
And also, you add Rare, like I spoke to Professor Lynn Beasley, I did.
Order of Australia. She was Chief Medical Officer
I
for
spoke to her for
WA.
the second time. She even remembered me.
Yeah, she had a lovely conversation
I
with
must
you.
be crazy because she remembered me. Anyway,
She loved your painting. That's
she
why.
remembered me.
Yep.
And
Yes.
she said you bring all the rares together,
Mm-hmm.
and then it's not so rare anymore. And I was like, I like that.
I like that
Because I was
logic
talking
too.
about my YouTube channel.
Exactly, and that's what our YouTube channel is here for.
Yes.
So talking about that, if you like today's episode, please give Dyan a big thumbs up of encouragement. It's not much fun doing Tourette's.
Sorry, thumbs up.
Thumbs up, not the other one. You
You know how the
copraxia, get it going.
millennials- No, apparently the millennials, this is a this.
Is it?
It's not. This is okay, mate. This is up you.
Flipping the bird. You know the one. If you have comments, questions, ideas, and suggestions, please
not the
leave them
same
below
thing.
and keep them
Not
on,
the
on
same
track and keep
thing.
them nice. Yeah, definitely. Remember that with this, it's a neurological condition that there is no control of. This is
Grease,
not a
man.
performance. This is not something which Dyan's choosing to
Grease
do.
lightning.
There are sometimes patterns. You may have heard
Grease
something
lightning.
recently, and that might trigger and evoke
Grease
certain
lightning.
things.
Go grease lightning.
Just like this is
Grease
going to trigger.
lightning.
As we leave, don't forget, if you're new to the channel, please subscribe, hit that notification bell, and we will see you in another episode real soon. Bye, guys.
Bye, guys. Love you.